Sam, that was crazy fun.
You know, Heidi, I've known her for 10 years, and as soon as I saw her in the gym, I knew we had to interview her. She started off in a classroom. She's had her highs and lows, but boy, has she reached a pinnacle as soon as she started the bodybuilding.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was such a delight to talk to her and hear not only about like the physical commitment that she's made to bodybuilding, but also the emotional and mental commitment as well. It's like this full body experience, and I'm so glad that she was able to share some of that with us today.
Yeah, 24/7, she rocks it. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our friend Heidi Lee. Don,
What's up, Sam?
I'm feeling pumped.
Pumped.
Do you feel the pump?
I'm okay.
You feeling swole?
I don't know about swell. I'm all right.
You looking swole.
I'm okay.
Well, the reason, Don, is that I'm feeling so pumped because today we have a guest, a very special guest. Her name is Heidi Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
What is up, Heidi?
How
Welcome.
are you?
Superb now that you are here. You know, sometimes we find people online or friends, and I was at the gym and I saw Heidi, and it just was like, I was like, that's it. That's the one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, Heidi, can you please explain my friend here how we met?
So, I actually used to work with Sam. I have no idea how many years ago now. I think this was back in 2000. Wait, when did you take over the school?
2015.
Okay, so it was around that time, and then what was here maybe for 2 years.
Yeah.
But we did read preschool together, and then the summer camp, and we taught science together.
We were partners in crime.
We were partners, yeah.
Nice.
In science, yeah. Very two sides of the same coin, though. I was just like, all right, we're doing this today. Let's go for it. Heidi, on the other hand, was, as you can tell by her note she brought today, she is beyond prepared. She is like, she gives killer lessons too, and she is so prepared. She was a fantastic teacher. We miss you, Heidi.
Thanks, Sam. I know, I miss it here as well.
The kids loved her,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, now where I'm working, and when I first went over there, I said I kept making comments. I really miss the kids, and they're like, "What about it?" I'm like, "Well, you're greeted with hugs in the morning.
Yeah.
Miss Heidi, I love you, and come play with me." And they're like, "Well, we can send people over to your desk if you like and to give you hugs." I'm like, "That's okay. That's where I draw the line." It's okay.
The thing with the kisses, it's so real. It's like you walk in the
It
door
is.
and like they're so happy to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could be having the worst morning when you get out of bed, and then as soon as you like step foot in here, and the kids just kind of engulf in your space, they're like hugging you, and that
It's
changed
special.
it for me. It really
Nice.
is. Yeah, that's what I miss.
But
Of course, everybody else, the camaraderie around here, and
cool.
just the kids and all the great stories that I remember.
Yeah, I still remember some of your lessons, Heidi.
Yeah, same.
The balloon airplane.
I remember that. Yes,
That was a good one.
Yeah.
But
and the dinosaurs, that was one of my favorites.
of course,
Yes.
dinosaurs. But as creative as she was in the classroom, that's not why we're bringing her in today. Doug.
Okay.
So, like I said, I saw her at the gym, right? Heidi. Now, I want to get this right. I want to say bodybuilding, but that might not be accurate. What is it that you're doing? How do you clarify it?
You're spot on. It
Okay.
is bodybuilding. And I started that about 2.5 years ago. I was always in the gym, but more recently focused on actual bodybuilding aspect of it and competing.
Okay.
And I don't know, I guess, should I just go into
No.
I...
Well, I was thinking first because you have a timeline, and I want to hit some things. We're going to get deep into the bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating, and I want to know about the creativity you put on the stage, into the meal prep, all that stuff. But first, let's take it back a little bit. Let's talk about, I know you started off performance with modeling and things like that. When did that start for you?
Okay, so that's going way back. That was when I started doing modeling when I was 14, and that was because long ago in Hamilton we used to have a fashion store called Fashion Bug. I don't know if they had them
I've
anywhere.
heard of that
Okay,
store.
yes.
Fashion bug.
So it was Fashion Bug. I was 14, and they were doing a little fashion show, I guess, with teenagers and adults, and they asked me to be part of it. And I said yes. They gave me an outfit, and I walked the runway that they had. And
Did
then
they
that was
train
it.
you with anything, or were they just like, put this on and go?
They showed us a few little steps and poses, and that was about it. And they said, good luck.
Yeah.
Walked me out, and then I actually liked it. I don't know, and I thought I was good at it, and my parents thought I was good at it, so they got me involved with more photographers. And then as I got older, then I started freelancing and doing my own things, and I know so many photographers and have great rapport with them, and I even will refer a lot of people to them now for like either weddings or family portraits, baby portraits, things like that.
Did you do any like print campaigns or anything?
Yes, I did a lot of print work. Believe it or not, I'm 5'7", and that was actually in the shorter side of the modeling industry.
Really?
It's usually 5'7" and above, where they want you on the runway. So a lot of girls my height will do a lot of print work or commercials and or voiceovers, which is really fun. None ever made it to on the radio, but it was fun to actually audition for those. But like a lot of print work as far as magazines, I've been in about like 5 or 6 calendars. I've a few magazines.
You got booked in calendars?
I did, yes. And then also in Philadelphia, there was on Spruce Street, it's called Varga Bar, where they had actually a veteran, I'm trying to think of his name, but I cannot think of it off the top of my head. But he was part of the military, and a lot of these donations for the calendars went to veterans' homes.
That's cool.
But whatever your month came up, you had a 5-foot poster in the
What?
in the bar.
What
Yeah.
month were you?
For some reason, I keep getting Miss April.
Okay.
So I was Miss April for a while, and then Miss December one year.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And then other calendars and for different organizations, and it's definitely an experience.
Do you think doing the runway kind of did that help prepare you for this bodybuilding thing you're doing now?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of help with photographers actually showing me different poses to do. So the poses that way, or even the facial expressions, where a lot of photographers said, I want you to practice in front of the mirror, smiling, like, smiling with your eyes. Like, there's different ways that they said, I need you to look certain ways in pictures. So I want you to practice in the mirror, just different facial expressions. And it's going to look ridiculous, but you want to like look surprised and happy and like just kind of squinting your eyes a little bit, or I don't know. It was, I'm trying to think back. I'm going way back when I was in my 20s.
Do you think that stuff like gave you a kind of like a one up, like a little edge to the other bodybuilders who have never experienced something like that?
Maybe to a certain level, yes. But I don't know. There's a lot of, there's a lot of posing coaches as well in the bodybuilding world, and they teach all of that too, the facial expressions and posing. But I feel like maybe it came a little bit more natural for me because I was already engulfed in all of that at a young age into my 30s. And it was just about maybe 2 years ago where I guess when I started bodybuilding, where I stopped modeling when I got involved with bodybuilding. But I want to get back into it a little bit.
You want to get back into modeling?
Just for, when I'm prepping for a show and I feel like I look my best, then I'll get another photo shoot done.
Okay.
Because I'll never look like that again.
Oh. Yeah.
I made the mistake my first 2 shows. I did not get a photographer, I never got a photo shoot done.
Are there photos of what
a lot
you
of
did?
people recommend doing it.
Yeah.
And I said, I just didn't. I was just so, I was trying to prepare myself for the show, I guess. And I was also going through some other things that maybe we can discuss later on. But that's probably why I didn't do it.
So what got you into the body? Were you, I think you worked out beforehand, right? Like,
I did. I was always into fitness, always going to the gym, not as much as I am now. I mean, I was maybe going 2 to 3 times a week before, and my diet was crap, to be honest
what
with you.
are we talking? Like pasta and pizza?
Yeah,
or
pasta, pizza,
good
burgers, all the good stuff everybody likes. And, enjoying my sweets whenever I wanted, and then trying to figure out, why am I hitting a plateau? Why am I not growing? Well, diet's everything.
It is, right?
It really is. And that's why they say abs are made in the kitchen. It's very true.
Damn it.
Yes.
I know. Yeah. And so going into it, like, was there an influence? Did you, like, that's a crazy thing. You don't see people going in Hamilton, a girl, like, you don't see too much of that.
No. Well, let's see. I was going to Edge Fitness at the time. And it's in Washington Township.
That's the one by the pet store, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly next to it.
Okay, I've seen that a few
Directly
times.
next to it. So I was going there for a while, and I met a couple. They're in their 50s. Great people. He is massive, and she looks great for her age. So we got talking, and then they asked me, "Are you in prep?" I'm like, "No." Well, I think you might want to look into, doing a show. I'm like, I don't know, like, not really my thing. I just want to work out and want to feel good. Mainly the reason why I was doing it. And they said, I don't know, I feel like you have the body type. You can do it. And then as, like, the months went on, like 2 months went by, and I went through a horrible breakup. So that's what ignited it. I feel like everybody goes through a breakup, and then they're just like...
Was that police officer?
No.
It was after the police officer?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
He actually goes to our gym, Sam.
Oh, boy. Okay.
That's okay.
I've probably been in the sauna with him.
You probably have been.
The ice bath guy.
That's too funny. No ill there. But so it was after him, but went through a horrible breakup, and I thought, I can look at it 2 different ways. I could just sulk in my feelings. I can feel sorry for myself. I can go out drinking and eating crappy foods again and feeling depressed because I'm eating the foods and like feeling lonely. Or I can challenge myself and go in a different direction here and continue going to the gym and do something for myself. And that's what I decided to do. So I told my friends, I'm interested in doing this bodybuilding show, if you can kind of help me and direct me in the right direction. And he's part of an organization called NPC, which is a huge federation, but I'm a part of the OCB. I wanted to be as natural as I possibly could. I wanted to see how much I can grow with just supplements and,
How long between the moment this couple said to you, are you in prep, which I'm guessing that means preparing for a show. Mm-hmm. How long between that and your decision to approach them, how long was that?
Maybe month and a half.
So you thought about it for a while.
I did think about it.
Okay.
Yep. And then as I was just trying to navigate that breakup, it was just getting worse for me mentally. So I went headfirst into the gym community and made a lot of friends, starting with them, and just met a lot of people through them as well. And yeah, it was interesting. And then I remember, well, okay, so I have a show of mine, great. So I need a coach. There's a lot of things that I need along with that. You need supplements and your grocery bills, all the things that go along with bodybuilding I can also get into, but it starts adding up. So the expense of it made me stick with it too.
Wow.
Yes.
So
I could probably tell you how much I spent my first show. It's a little crazy.
Lay it on us.
So yeah, I mean, I'm curious about that, but I'd kind of like to know what that whole process is from, like, all right, so now you've made this decision to do a show. Like, what was that whole, like, finding the trainer, like figuring out your diet, like what were all the steps that you went to prepare for that first show?
So, okay. So I found my coach through a friend, and it was her coach, and he gave me a really good deal, I thought, and so he started with asking me like different questions. He wanted pictures, so front, side, back, just to get an idea of what my body looked like to start with. Wanted to know how much I weighed, how tall I was, my blood type, because depending on your blood type, certain foods, just your body takes to certain foods a different way.
Whoa.
Which I said, why is he asking about my blood type? And I was asking my girlfriend. She was like, oh, he'll explain that.
Oh
I'm like,
my
okay.
God. I got to find out my blood. I should know already, but
Yeah.
does anyone
So
know?
I found out my blood type.
What are you?
I'm O positive.
All right.
And we tend to really take to red meat, which it makes sense. I do. I love red meat. And as soon as I have red meat in my system, it's like, let's go. We got energy. And compared to chicken or shrimp or salmon, like
You get
the
your
white
energy
meat.
from that protein and the
Yes.
fat, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I told my current coach, I said, just letting you know, he never asked me my blood type, but I said, this is my blood type. I know my body well enough to know red meat is where it's at. Oh.
Good.
And he said, okay, we'll switch up the meal plan then. I said, because I am bored with chicken. I am
It was
so
all
bored.
chicken breast.
Chicken or
Ugh, so bland.
salmon. I said, I can't do it anymore. I got to
You can only
incorporate
have so
something
much
else.
salmon. My
Yeah.
goodness. I love salmon, but after
I love salmon
after
as
a
well,
little
yeah.
bit too much, it gets pretty gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so then I should say he, because I was paying my coach at the time to write me up a meal plan. So he says we can either work off of macros or we can work off of a meal plan. I said, well, I am so ignorant to macros and how they work, so just give me a meal plan. I'll follow it better, which I did. And then he gave me workouts for each body part, or he would incorporate like doing like chest and tris or back and bis together, and obviously laying out how many sets, how many reps and things like that, or how long my workout should be.
Does he lay out the weight too, or
And
you have to judge that yourself?
He will lay out the weight for me, and then he'll give me the amount of cardio I need to do at the end of my workouts. And I actually started, I wanted to start early. A lot of people start their prep at 16 weeks. I started at 24 because I was brand new, and I said I want to start early because I want to see if I need to alter anything.
Sure.
And I sure did.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that happened. So right when I actually needed to start prep, it was like around like the 17-week mark where we finally found the groove. Like, okay, cool, this is going to work for prep. And it just wound up
Did you have
fitting.
to change your workout, the diet?
It was the
both?
diet.
It was the
Yeah.
diet.
I had wanted to change the diet. Yeah. And I'm not sure if he's going to really listen to this, but honestly, I don't care. He was a little rough around the edges a little bit. I mean, he was, I want to say this gracefully. Like he was great. He knew what he was talking about. He was very informative when I asked him about certain supplements he wanted me to take. I always asked the why. Why am I taking this?
Yeah.
And he would explain why and why it fits with, my diet plan or what I'm doing. And that was great. So I learned a lot from him, honestly. But it was, maybe he was just a little bit intimidating, and maybe I need like the coach that's kind of like a security blanket a little bit.
Is he more abrasive?
Maybe. I mean, I
So
can also
steroids, man.
I can also get into the reasons why I switched from him to my now coach after my second show.
Not nice? Like, what was it?
Well,
Just be
I'm just
real
gonna-
with us,
I'm
Heidi.
I'm just gonna lay it out.
Lay
I
it
really
out. We've
don't
known each other
care.
for a decade.
Because I know I'll probably post this on my fitness page, so everybody's gonna hear it, and that's fine. That's fine. Everybody's gonna know the reasons why I switched to my amazing, awesome coach.
Hey.
So yeah, I will spare the name, but yeah, after my second show where I won my pro card, I offered everybody to go out to eat with me. I had a whole planned out like my cheat meal after the show. It's a big thing.
That's huge.
So he came along, and maybe he didn't mean it this way, but he congratulated me, but then he followed up with, that was a little surprising that I won my pro card. So I said, well, you're the one who gave me the meal plan. You're the one who gave me the workouts, and I incorporated all of that. So I don't know why it's surprising that you have a client that won their pro card. You should be very proud with that. But I guess it was just that comment. But I also felt that I did not get a proper reverse diet. So that's a thing. Once you're done your show, you're on a certain plan through the week leading up to your show. And then after your show, you do a reverse diet, meaning you incorporate more food back into your diet again, for your body to gradually get used to having those calories, because you were in a calorie deficit for X amount of time. So I explained to him that I was losing a lot of energy after my show. It was a couple days later. I said, I need more food in my diet. I just not feeling energized. And he said, same plan, stay focused. Didn't ask me.
Same meal plan as before the show?
He said, same plan, stay focused.
Why?
And I said, I don't think this is right. Something in me just was like, no, I should be on a new plan after my second show.
I mean, how many calories is that?
At the time, my now coach, we factored how much I was getting. It was like, don't catch me lying, I want to say it was like 1,700 something.
And you're working out and doing cardio, and you're eating that.
So he said you were a little low with your calories. My now coach was saying that. I said, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So. And I will say, with my second show, I did cheat. It was the week of my show, and I had a Pop-Tart. I wanted a Pop-Tart. That was my thing.
Was it really
my
good?
Cheat was my Pop-Tart.
Yeah,
so
was it delicious?
It was
delicious?
amazing.
What kind of Pop-Tart was it?
It was the hot fudge Pop-Tarts.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Oh, man. My friend Jimmy, he's gonna make fun of me. He always made fun of me about the Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
But I said, listen, that was my cheat. But anyway,
Jimmy's got beef with the Pop-Tarts? Because
yes,
they're delicious, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
How dare you, sir?
He was the one that got me in, that told me, are you in prep? And you should
Oh,
go in
okay.
prep. Yeah, that was it.
Shout out to you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't diss Pop-Tarts.
Yeah,
Don't diss
seriously.
Pop-Tarts, Jimmy. So I cheated. And I had to tell my then coach about it, and he just said, all right, let's just stay on plan. Nothing we can do about it. Let's just revert back to the plan. So I thought for sure, I was like, I'm last place. I am not getting my pro card. I'm not getting first, nothing. Like, I could kiss that goodbye. I just ruined it for myself. And it was up in Bloomfield, New Jersey. So a lot of my family and friends came to my first show in Atlantic City. I told them this time, nobody come to this show. Just wait for the May 18th show, because I'm going to do the Burlington show. And it was pouring rain that day. So my dad calls. He's like, I'm so sorry, Heidi. I'm not going to come out for the second show. I said, it's all right. I understand. Like, if you want, I can give you the link. They do like a live stream.
Yeah,
So,
cool.
which is nice. So anybody who can't make it, they can look on the live stream, which is great. So I only had my coach, my posing coach, and a girl that I did compete with in the first show. She came with a friend of hers, and that's who I had there. And also a fellow competitor who has been amazing. Shout out to Deanna. She was competing with me for a while too, or in prep with me for a while. And I wound up I'm trying to think back here. So I did novice, Masters Plus, which you have to be over 35. So it was like over 35 in that category, and open, meaning
Any age?
Any age.
Any weight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, they don't even do weight. They do by height.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm used to jiu-jitsu stuff. Yeah, okay.
maybe NPC does weight. I'm not sure. But yeah, OCB, we do height. But anyway, yeah, I did open, 35 plus masters, and then novice. And I won my pro card in my line with the 35 plus. So that's where I got my pro card.
How do you win a pro card?
Well, I mean, with well, you have to place first in your line.
You place first?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
So you have to place first in your line. And then if you do, and that's with like masters, but then if you do open, I know I'm going to mess this up and people are going to probably reach out to me. Like, they're going to call me out. That's okay. With open, so you have to win first in your line. So let's say there's an open A, B, and C line. So you have an A line, B line, C line. If you place every girl that places first, or guy, in their line, so they'll take first place winner of A, B, and C and have them on the stage, and they pretty much do a battle
for like first, second,
for
third
posing.
place.
For the overall win,
okay.
For first place overall. So then I think we only had 2 lines with mine. I cannot remember. This was last year. And so I was, I think, open B. I don't know. And so I won first in my line for open. So me and a now teammate of mine were battling back and forth for the overall, and she got it, which is awesome. So she was, I think she's 20 or 21, and she got her pro card, which is great. I know as soon as I looked at her, I walked in, I said, she's getting her pro card today. I could just tell. She looks great. And she did. So her and I were battling it out for like the first place for the open category.
What do you mean battle it out?
Yeah, like how do they judge these competitions?
Okay. So basically I'm in the bikini category. So they all judge it differently based upon your category. So for example, for bikini, they pretty much overall look for every category, for symmetry. For starters, you have to fit the symmetry. And then for bikini, they're looking for leanness, not overly lean, not overly striated. They don't want to see striations in your abdominals.
What's a striation?
Like the lines, like the deep etched lines in your stomach.
So they just want contours and not like more...
like light lines in the legs. And
okay.
yeah, like contour. Just like
I
a
have
whole
to see
athletic
pictures.
tone.
Okay.
I could show you pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll judge it based off of, well, at least for bikini, with the symmetry, the athletic tone, and yeah, they don't want to see deep etched lines. So they're getting you all in different poses so that battling out, her and I were on stage, and they'll tell you to hit your front pose, your side pose, your back pose, and they can keep you there as long as they want. You can be standing there for minutes. They'll tell you to walk to the back, walk to the front, and then you're going back right into your first pose, and you have to hold that pose for a while.
I was going to ask you, is it hard? Like, is it physically difficult?
It is it takes a toll on your body because again, you're like lacking calories. You are hungry.
What's your body fat? I feel weird asking a girl this,
okay.
but I feel like this is...
I mean, it's part of
it depends, but I think I was at 4%.
Whoa!
I'm not sure the girl who won her pro card, but I feel like everybody's in that same line. Like,
I mean, does
3
it get
to 4%?
Oh my
I
God!
guess.
People
I don't
do
know.
3?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess.
Whoa!
People are gonna kill me on it. They're gonna be like, "You said this, and you're wrong."
Hey, you're
okay.
You're kind
That's
of
okay.
a rookie.
And
They can leave it in
also-
the comments or something.
I was also after I won my pro card, I was eligible to get a certification, be a judge, and immediately I was very interested in that. I said I definitely want to challenge myself with that because then it's a win-win. I get to know what the judges are looking for,
Sure.
and then when I compete, then I know what they're looking for, and I can just kind of strive for that. And it was a great experience. You know, you go through a course, you have to take an exam. You get your certification, and then you can start judging shows. And you have to email all the promoters and OCB that basically you are now available as a judge. But then along with that came a lot more opportunities for me where I reached out to a lot of these promoters, and they brought me on as like, I did test judging first. And my first test judge was a pro show. So there's amateur shows and there's pro shows. And the pro shows are a lot longer. And I didn't realize this. And so it was all day from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night.
What is
You're
test judging versus just judging?
Yeah. So once I got my certificate, I went through the course, passed my exam. And once you pass your exam, you have to do a test judging. So meaning you are going to judge, but your scores are not going to count for that particular day. They just want to see if my scores match up to the other judges. And if they do, then I'll receive my certification. So they matched, got my certification, and then I reached out to all the promoters and told them I was available, and I was able to judge a few shows. I was invited to sing the national anthem at a few.
You sing too?
I do.
Of course she sings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I sing and play guitar.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a while, but to incorporate
Oh my
the
God,
music,
what am I talking about? You're
Yeah,
friggin' country music. You have too many talents. I can't keep up. Yeah, dude, she is really talented. I used to watch those videos. Oh my God.
Yeah, I haven't done one in a while. Oh, I
they're
miss it. I keep saying
fantastic.
I'm going to go back into music too, and I just haven't yet.
you
But
need
I
time.
incorporate all of it together. It's fantastic that actually the promoter the show where I won my pro card, that promoter has pretty much taken me under his wing, let me judge his shows and sing the national anthem for him. And then recently I was asked to go back to Brooklyn, New York for the Big Apple show they have up there, where maybe I'll sing the national anthem again, but he invited me to do judging or tabulating. So tabulating the scores are basically taking all the judges' scores and,
Adding them up
and seeing if there's any ties, and then there's a way to like get the ties taken care of, and then you'll place everybody like from first to fifth, and then the promoter will call them out on their line. And yeah.
How does it feel? You have something?
Oh,
Because
no,
I got
go
a question. I'm just so curious, like as someone who performs a wide range of types of performances, how does it feel being up there? You've been working out for months. You're in your bikini. Do you do the spray tan thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the brown thing.
Oh man, that is the worst part because you're so cold. It is so cold.
That spray
Getting
is
the
so
spray,
cold?
Yes.
Would you just like close your eyes in your mouth?
And when you only have like 4% body fat, you're always cold. I mean, I think I had a video of myself on my Instagram, and I'm in my jacket at work, and I'm going like this, and I'm just, going side to side. I'm like, I am freezing right now, and it was. I mean, we had the heat on. It was.
My goodness.
When was this? This was March. I was in prep because then my last show was in April of last year. So, yeah, it was March. So it was winter still, but I mean, it's fairly decent where I am. They put on the heat, but I was so cold.
Yeah, no fat at all.
So when you're getting that spray tan, I mean, we're just all the girls are just like, that's the worst part.
So I do want to know my previous question, like, how's it feel up there? Go ahead. Yeah, I'll ask my next one after that. But yeah, how does it feel? You're in front of that audience, in front of the judges. Is it exciting? Is it nerve-wracking? Like, what is it?
Well, my first show, it was definitely nerve-wracking. I could feel myself shaking, my legs and my arms, and my posing coach, thank God for her. She came to my show, and she was sitting right up front, and she would just, she would yell my number, because that's another thing, you get a number. But she would either yell my number or yell my name, and she'll say, readjust yourself. It's okay. So I would readjust myself and get right back into my pose. But I'd still be shaking a little bit, but it was just a way to kind of, I don't know, what am I trying to say?
I don't know. Get used to it. I don't know.
Recenter the way you're thinking up there? Or,
yeah, I guess so.
Zen mode. Kinda.
Yeah, it was. But thankfully, that first show, they dimmed the lights in the audience, so I cannot see anybody except for like the first few rows, and then of course you see the judges in front of you. They make sure to advise you look at every single judge you acknowledge them while you're up there. And then I'll look at all of them while I'm in my pose, and then I'll look out in the audience. And then I'll look at them again when I do a different pose, and then go back into the audience. And, you know, you have to keep a smile on your face. Also, when you're hitting your poses, breathing techniques, because you want to keep...
like
you're hitting your poses, so you're trying to display your muscles a certain way.
Do you exhale when it's pose time? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You're basically just kind of breathing like through to your trachea, like right here, like into your chest, and then you're just holding it.
Before this interview, I rewatched. You ever see Pumping Iron with Arnold?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was watching the posing. I'm like, I gotta ask about this. It looks like there's so much to it.
Yeah, like what's going through your brain when you're up on that stage? You know.
The first is don't trip and fall.
I knew she was gonna. I knew you were gonna say that.
Which is awesome because you have to. That's why you have to practice posing in your heels all the time.
You're in heels.
Yeah, we are in heels. That's why you don't want to trip and fall.
Oh, that sucks.
The girls that do physique, they're in their bare feet, so that's nice. But that's like the equivalent to male bodybuilding. And
they're trying to get like jacked.
Oh
like
yeah,
big,
yep. Yeah. So they don't have any shoes, but with figure, wellness ladies and bikini, you're in heels. But yeah, don't trip and fall. And
become a YouTube sensation.
I have to keep reminding myself, like, smile, readjust your facial expressions. You know, you don't want to like just look like a deer in headlights up there. And just relax and have fun with it. That's what a lot of people were telling me. They're like, you're going to miss out on the entire experience if you were just so worried and stressed backstage. Meet people, talk to them, ask them about their workouts, their diet plans, whatever. Just like have fun with it.
Get loose. That's why you were such a good science teacher. You were just having fun with it when you were doing it. That's what made it so memorable. And I guess you're having fun with it. It just makes the other people have fun with it as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 I made sure I asked a lot of people, because I'm part of a Facebook group for competitors, and as a first-time competitor, I asked, does anybody bring anything backstage for everybody else? Like, I guess some people share weights, or they'll share a mirror because you practice posing in the mirror, or
pretzels, Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts, all the sweets.
Yeah, why don't you guys have some of these? Yeah.
You will do that. Like, you'll pump up. A lot of people will do like a shot of wine or vodka or something to dry out your skin.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Or what I did was rice crispy, or not rice crispy, rice cake with peanut butter and honey on top. And let me tell you, that was heaven. When my coach was like, right,
3% body fat and you just want to eat.
And I took one bite of that and I'm like, oh my gosh. He's like, stop, eat it. He's like, you stop enjoying that. You just got to eat it. I'm like, okay. And then your veins are just like, it's insane. Your body just transforms right before you go on stage. And
whoa.
But I made sure I was asking all the girls, like, did you get, any gifts for your coaches and things like that? Or a lot of the girls said, like, they would buy, like, the mini Gatorades to bring for everybody in the back to, give them their electrolytes and
that's for, like,
things
afterwards?
Like that. Yeah.
Like, to rehydrate?
Yeah. And then what I did, I think I went above and beyond, but I bought, like, mini Rice Krispie treats, and I put them in little bags, and I put a tag on, and it said, like, OCB Double Down Natural 2024, and then on the other side I said thanks. I put thanks for sharing the stage with me, and I handed them out to all the girls and the guys if there were some left over. But a lot of people like remembered that. They're like, that was really sweet that you took the time to like make that for each and every one of us. And then like one of the parents came up to me and they're like, that was really sweet of you. Like this is her first show and this is her first experience, and you really made it, just with something small like that, like just a little gift.
So is that typical in that community to have each other's back even though you're competing with each other? Or
from what I understand, yes. And then from being in it, yes. Everybody is cheering you on. I mean, I was up there with my line, and then when you get off stage, there's another line getting ready to go on stage, and you're walking off and all the girls are clapping. They're like, yeah, that's awesome, you guys did great. And they don't even know who I am. They don't even know who any of us are. I mean, well, we pass each other in the hallways back there and just say hi and whatnot.
I have to imagine with all the hard work you put in, there's got to be some kind of mutual respect there. Like, I know what you had to go through to get here.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I mean, everybody understands what you go through, what it took to get there. I mean, I'm sure everybody has a different story of how they got to where they were, but ultimately it's like we're disciplining ourselves to, and you got to have that willpower as well, just to go through what we did. And
real discipline,
just the time in the gym and the social aspect of it is like not there. You're kind of isolated.
What do you mean?
You are so involved with your diet plan and your workouts, and you're spending so much time, after work or before work, you're going to the gym, or after work, you're going to the gym, and you're spending most of your time there. And then, you're meal planning, you're setting, what am I trying to say? I just lost my train of thought. But basically, you were just so engulfed in that world, and people are going to be like, oh, after work, happy hour. You want to come to happy hour? And nope, can't drink. Yeah. Sorry.
You probably can't really go out to
can't
many
have fried
restaurants.
Foods. No, and if you do, well, I will say no, because I was made to believe that with my first coach. And my second coach is awesome. He's like, if you are out and about and maybe you don't have a meal with you, you're out later than expected, then use your macros. Or, I have a mini scale now that
you weigh it out.
That I weigh it out.
Yeah.
And then you just tell people, okay, I want a chicken breast, but don't use any oils or butters, please. Just do it dry, and then you can, have
throw some spices on there, or
yeah, I guess.
You just going for dry chicken breast? That's
dry chicken breast. Well, if I go out.
Yeah.
Because then at home when I'm cooking, I use G Hughes, and G Hughes is sugar-free sauce.
Is that like a marinade? Or
there's marinade, or there's ketchup.
Wait a minute, is that the bottles that were that black dudes on the front? Is that what that I do? I've been getting that lately. It's just like teriyaki sauce.
Oh,
it's
amazing.
Like 5 calories. I'm like, this is awesome.
It's great.
I
love
variety.
G-Hughes. Yeah, they have the marinades. They have the sauces. They have like a Chick-fil-A sauce kind of, or like the Yum Yum sauce. That's what it is.
Love me some Yum Yum.
They have that. What else they have?
They got a lot.
They do.
Yeah. That was such a good discovery when I found that.
I don't know if they have spices. Maybe I'm just ignorant to it.
I've only saw the sauces and marinades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when I'm home and I'm meal prepping myself, I'll use those. But when I'm out and about, and if I'm using macros, and especially if I'm close to a show, you're not going to catch me in a restaurant. But early on, maybe, and I'll just tell them just I don't want you to use any butters or oils. I don't want it drenched in that. Same thing with vegetables, and then a cup of rice, and I'll even weigh that out. But yeah, my coach was he's like, you might want to buy a mini scale. I said, I'm on it, got it.
Yeah.
So I bought one of those, and it works great.
Yeah, I got a question for you. So besides like competitions and that form of success, what has success been for you personally?
Wow, what a good question, Don.
That was way better than what I was.
That's why I stay quiet for the rest of the time.
He saves it up and he crushes anything I was going to say. Well done, sir. Well done.
You know what I think about, and are you just talking about with bodybuilding specifically? Because I think I've thought about this in the last year, just with bodybuilding. I mean, I'm sure I have other things if I really reminisce and think about it. But I think with bodybuilding, I was so focused on I gotta, I'm just trying to look my best and trying to do my best with the meal plan, where I just kind of forgot. I kind of got lost in that world, where, how do I want to put this? I don't know. Maybe in a way I felt like I lost myself in the beginning, and just going through the motions through prep and the discipline that I had to implement on myself. I tell people all the time, this is definitely not, sure, people see what they see on stage. They only see what the results are. They did not get to see behind the scenes and what went into it. And I tell people all the time, this is a total mental game. It is mentally and emotionally draining on you. Sure, physically it is draining. But I learned so much about myself and how much willpower and discipline I really had. And I guess the success for me was overcoming, I don't know. I want to word it in a really good way.
Such a good question. The pressure is on.
It is a great question, man. You didn't prepare me for this, Don. Yeah, I guess the success is for me was just the obstacles that I was able to overcome that I didn't think I could. And at first I thought I was competing against other people, and here I'm just competing against myself, actually. That was the best shape mentally and physically I've ever been in my entire life last year. And then, I can only go up from there. And I spent a lot of time looking at what other people were doing. And there were a few people that said, you need to stop going on social media. You have to stop comparing yourself to them. Comparison is definitely the thief of joy. That really is. And you just need to focus on yourself and focus on where you are at mentally and emotionally. And one thing I will say about my now coach, so I'm part of a team, Rare Breed Bodies.
That's a cool logo. We got, what is that, a pit bull with some dumbbells?
Yeah, with some dumbbells. So
it's pretty hardcore.
I'm part of that Rare Breed team, and everybody's just amazing on there. And my coach, was in between two coaches. And when I spoke to him, I remember he was driving up from a show and with a fellow competitor, and we were just chit-chatting away, and he eventually said, you know what, Heidi, there's always going to be a show, and I don't care if you do the meal plan, you do the workouts great, you look great, but if you don't feel great up here, then we're not doing that show. There's always going to be another show. I'm going to check in with you all the time, how you're feeling up here. And I said, you are my coach. I don't even have to talk to the other one again. You're my coach, because that's what's most important. They want you to feel good mentally before you even hit the stage, because if you don't feel good mentally, you're not going to be able to prepare yourself well enough for prep and to go through a 16-week prep.
And I imagine during showtime, it's just going to, you won't look your best, you won't feel your best, and it'll show. Yeah.
Now, did you find...
I hope that answered your question.
No, that was great. That was great.
Okay.
No, I really appreciate that, and it's. I think it's so important for people to look out for, what's happening on the inside, not just what's happening on the, what people can see, and to find somebody who's willing to be in your corner and look out for your, your emotional and mental health is hands down probably the most important thing in a situation like that. To kind of jump off of that, through this process, you meet these folks at the gym one day, right? You had your whole life up until that point, and then now you're going into more serious training. What did that do to your social circles, the relationships that were around you, and
you can't drink, you can't party,
that's okay. So this is the hard conversation. I'm just going to be raw and real here. it really affected my relationships around me. And I talk about the isolation process where you just kind of have to say no to going out to eat. You have to say no to going out drinking, or you might miss a few events because you need to be in the gym and preparing. And at least my first coach made me feel like, you're all in. This is what you're doing. That's it. You can't go out. You can't do anything. So I started feeling alone. Sure, I had like my friends from the gym that I would talk to, or, just hang around with here and there. And we would go, like, we were all doing the same thing. Yeah. So we knew like, okay, well, Saturday after the gym, we can have our untracked meal together. We can go get sushi or whatever, like have a burger. And that was our time together. And then that was it. But personal relationships I had outside of the gym, as far as like family, close friends I've had for years, even like some distant friends that knew I was going into this, they fell off. And my circle of friends became smaller and smaller. And I'm trying to say this in a way where it's not, well, it got to a point where, okay, that's fine. Like I can't go out to eat with you, but I want to be there for the company. So I will eat beforehand and then I'll come out, or I'll bring my meals with me.
Sure.
And I'll eat there. There's a few times I did that, and people, I'm bringing out like Tupperware and things like that, and people are just looking around you like, what the hell is wrong with her? Like, she's at a restaurant and she's eating her own food. People just give you the most weird, funny looks, and be whispering and talking about you.
You didn't have like friends being supportive, like, yo, she's getting after it?
I had friends that were supportive.
Okay.
But then I felt like there were other friends that kind of gave like some pushback or weren't as supportive as I thought they would have been. But everybody's going through something too.
Right.
And I understand that. And I wasn't expecting people to like, I don't know, be so involved with what I'm doing. But, if something were to happen, like, if I got like a sponsorship or something, it was like a quick, oh, congrats. But like not a follow up, or if we get together, it wasn't, they weren't asking me about, bodybuilding. It was like the last thing they would ask me about, because
Heidi,
it was like nothing else to talk about. But I'm sitting there asking about their family life and their work life, and how's your kids doing? How's your husband doing? Things like that. And it was always like other questions, little questions about my life, but nothing about bodybuilding until like the very end, because they knew it was like the last thing. All right, I guess there's nothing else to talk about. Let me ask her about the bodybuilding.
So they don't want to hear about the positive things.
I felt like it was just taboo. So then I felt a certain way, and I didn't want to bring it up to those certain people. And then I just didn't talk about it at all. And then I just kind of gravitated towards my gym friends who were supportive. Yeah. And it's crazy. It's like, and I don't want to get too religious, but I just felt like God like brought certain people into my life for a reason, and it's like, well, here, like these people didn't support you, so I'm gonna bring these people in as your supporters. So I may have lost some people but I got amazing people supporting me now. I have an amazing circle of friends, and I couldn't ask for anything better. And it's not like I wish ill on these other people. It's like, okay, we just kind of drifted apart, I guess. Sure. We just, we're both going through different chapters of our lives, and maybe some of these friendships are just in your life for a season, and then they go off. It's like, I read something, and it was like perfectly said. It was like, I don't know, I have to really think about it, but it was basically like,
paraphrase.
You're basically saying, I still want you to eat, just not at my table, kind of thing. Like, I still wish you well,
Yeah.
But you're not welcome at my table anymore. Like I have my own table, I have my own chairs, and
It's like no matter what you do in life, positive. Every time whether it's been pro wrestling, owning a business, having kids, it's like you just start to separate. You think in school, I'm gonna be friends with these people forever. We're friends forever. We go together, but like we just watch Grease.
We're gonna buy a bar and we're gonna live together forever.
And then you just find out people go their separate ways, and they're there for a chapter, and that's what it was meant to be.
Yep. Yeah. So that was pretty challenging, but I think the biggest challenge was I wanted to bring up my first show, my first prep. So I started July of 2024. No, I'm sorry, July of 2023. And I really like honed in like in August of 2023, and then December of 2023 leading up to 2024, it was the day before New Year's Eve, my dad wound up having a stroke. So that was something to navigate through prep, because then I only had 8 more weeks left before my show, and I was beside myself. And I told everyone I think I might pull out from the show. I might do another one. My dad's in the hospital. I got to take care of him. And it was scary. Like I found him.
You're the one who found him?
Yeah. But it's crazy. I just kind of went into like nurse. I'm not even a nurse. Like, I don't even know anything about. I mean, I guess from being at Reed and doing the first aid and CPR,
those Band-Aids go a long way.
It kind of helped me. But
ice pack, baby.
I was like checking his. Here's an ice pack.
That's all I learned.
But I just kind of went in that mode, like, all right, I got to check his vitals. I got to check this and that. And then I called 911, and then they're telling me what to do. Anyway, so all that to say, he was in the hospital for 5 days, and I was working from home at the hospital, helping him out and just trying to get all the information that I could. And I made the decision that I might pull out. Like, I was very close. And I just remember my dad, I guess he heard that conversation. He just like opened his eyes and he looked at me. He's like, you are not quitting. You're not going to quit prep. You're going to keep going through. You got 8 more weeks left. You're going to go and do the show. So
I got the chills.
Yeah. So that pushed me through. So I was like, okay, let me refocus. Let me tell my coach I'm going to stick with it.
Maybe even another motivation from something like that,
Definitely.
This one's for you, Dad.
Yep. So I went through it. I placed top 3 in all my classes. And me and my dad just had a moment together at the end of my show, and I just like bawled and cried. And
man.
Everybody's like, what's wrong? I was like, you just don't understand. He some people did, like they knew that he had a stroke and that, he recovered, and he's fully recovered now, thank God. But yeah, he had apparently one of the worst strokes.
Really? And he fully recovered?
And had like impaired vision on his left eye, and fully recovered from it.
Whoa.
Yeah. I will say I was really upset with him the one day because he tried leaving the driveway. He wasn't supposed to be driving, and he hit my car.
Oh, man.
I was so upset with him that day, and I still feel bad yelling at him. But we talk about it all the time and laugh now. But but that was another obstacle that I faced was not just the friendships and losing some people, but going through that with my dad.
Man, we're already at an hour.
Oh, wow.
We're I feel like I got so much more. Let me just rattle off some quick questions, all right? Some fun ones.
Sure.
All right, first of all, I'm in the gym too, not like you, but I've been consistent for 20 years. I want to know, what are your go-to playlists? What do you listen to get you pumped?
Oh, man. Okay. DMX. DMX always gets me going.
Yo, when I was wrestling, I used to tag with this big black dude. We were Ebony and Ivory, and we used to come out to X Gonna Give It to You. I had long hair at the time. It was a spectacle. Hell yeah.
Yeah, DMX, and then I do heavy metal.
Yeah,
at the gym.
Are we talking like heavy metal?
Heavy, like screamo. I can't even understand them. Yeah,
Shut up. You listen to that stuff?
Yeah,
like Lamb of God kind of.
Yeah, Non-Point. I'll put some Korn in there too, but like there's other ones like Pantera.
Hell yeah, now I can get down with that.
A bunch of them. I can't even think. But
I got the
along
gist.
the realm of that. Yeah. And then sometimes when I'm doing cardio, I'll listen to like the songs I pose with, or like EDM music.
Okay.
So I'll switch it up for cardio.
Yeah, get that beat, that fast beat going. Yeah, me too. Are there any movies that get you pumped? Like before I have a big wrestling show or something, I might watch like 300 or Gladiator or something. Do you have any like that, or is that not a thing?
Honestly, it's not a thing for me.
Yeah, you should look into it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess I stopped watching TV like a long time ago, but I will watch movies. I do like movies. I appreciate a good one. Sometimes, like at the gym, I don't know if you ever see it, but like they have the TVs on and they have certain
Fights.
like gym videos on or fights.
Yeah, I watch the
like,
fights when I'm there.
Yeah, and I'll watch like they have like some of these workout. I don't even know what. I guess it's from YouTube.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
what
random,
it is.
right? I see it
It's very
too.
random, and I'm like, okay, well, let me just like see what this girl's doing. And I'm like looking at her abs and her legs. I'm like, what am I doing just standing here? Let me get to work.
That shit gets me going too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, very cool. Gosh, I have like a million questions. Because we're so pressed for time, Heidi.
Yeah. You can always ask, and then you can always edit too.
Yeah, okay.
Take some stuff out. And
Put more work on Don.
We're saying these an hour, but we don't really have a time.
I
we can
know,
ask-
man. I know.
So,
It's true.
Yeah, like I'm curious about Pose Pros.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was
So
gonna
okay, I'll try to like summarize all of that.
Say it all. You're good.
So I guess it was last July, after my test judging at the show called The Conquer. It's a huge show in Baltimore, Maryland. And I met a fellow competitor there who's also from the area. And he kind of gave me the idea to help him. I was helping him with posing a little bit. And then he just kind of gave me that idea to help others with posing. So I started helping men with their poses, doing bodybuilding, classic physique, and men's physique. And then I filtered into helping with figure, bikini, and wellness. And it was just like a side hustle type of thing. Mm-hmm. And it still is. But I didn't realize how many clients I would get in like a short span of time, you know. And
really?
Yeah. So
you wouldn't think there'd be a ton.
No,
right?
I didn't think there would be. And thank God for, I don't know if you know Lisa from the gym, but she's a trainer and she always pushes people my way. So thank you, Lisa. She's pushed a lot of people my way, and I've had maybe about like 9 to 10 clients. And for me, that's a lot because I'm also, you know, working and going to the gym and trying to do my own thing. So having a few clients at a time, like 1 or 2, is just perfect. And then I'll do like long sessions or half-hour sessions, and you know what I'll do is I'll do like a consult and see what kind of category they should be in and help them with their poses. I even help with a mental prep because I wish I had a me while I was backstage, and so I'll help them with that. I'll go to their shows and help them, or I'll be out in the audience calling out the like readjust or fix your shoulder or whatever. But yeah, I'll do one-on-one in person or virtual. Yeah, the whole thing is just, I decided to just launch this last year and just kind of seeing where it goes. And I had a good friend up in Baltimore who helped me with the shirts because he has his own apparel line. And I said, hey, you think you can like help me with these shirts? He gave me a great deal. And now I have like sweatshirts, t-shirts.
What's the logo? What does it say?
It says Pose Pros, and it basically has like a guy like holding up like his biceps.
Right on.
I can show you that.
Cool.
Yeah, and I did my first so Adrenaline Fitness in Hamilton, where we go.
Whoop whoop.
Yep. Had their first wellness bash and car show, and Chris, the manager, offered me to set up a
Did you see
table.
Me? I didn't see you there. Did you see me walk past you?
I may have.
Maybe.
Because I thought I saw Jaden. And I was like, wait, was that Jaden?
We didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. So I had like a little setup on the side and, had some traffic and picked up a client. So it was awesome. Like, it was great just to get my name out there. And yeah, again, I'm not expecting to like go full. I'm not expecting this to like to go off right away, but it would be nice if it did. But I'm also in the process of trying to get my personal training certification as well.
I was going to ask you about that.
So, I'm going to go through NASM. I'm going through NASM, and it's been a process. So I feel better. Like, once I'm done my pro debut show in October, I feel like I can focus a lot more on getting my certification and focusing more on Pose Pros. So, and I'll I'll do a lot more with marketing and trying to get more clients that way. But having a few clients here and there with it, I'm just glad I'm getting the name out there.
Do you have a timeline? Like, when I'm this age, I'll probably stop competing and focus more on giving people personal training or pose pros, or are you just playing it by ear?
I'm kind of playing it by ear, but right now I am just invested. I love it. I love this sport. And but I do have a timeline right now where I'm just like, okay, after my pro debut, I'm definitely going to take a lot of time off to grow and build my muscle, get to enjoy food maybe a little bit, and again, focus on getting my certification, focus on building up my business on the side, and then maybe I'll do another show in a few years. But I want to focus on really building my muscle.
This question could go on for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd maybe just give a brief, I'm just curious, how long do you work out? What's your favorite body part to work out? What's the routine?
Yeah, so good question. My favorite body part to work out is my back. I love back workouts.
Are we talking deadlifts, pull downs?
Pull downs, love the lat pull downs. I love the rows, high rows.
Do you do deadlifting?
I do.
For a second, I thought you were
My
talking to me. No.
Dude, deadlifts,
Yeah.
if there's one exercise,
Yeah.
like deadlifts, my God, it does everything.
Yes, it does, man. It feels like a full body workout.
Oh, my. Sometimes I'll just do deadlifts, like a ton of sets.
Yeah,
like
I will do
max
those,
out.
but I had some injuries, so I was working through a shoulder injury and then recently a knee injury, so I wasn't doing a lot of legs, so I'm incorporating that a lot more now. So yeah, if you see
I'm
me
working
doing
on an
the
elbow thing now. I'm like, all right, I
yeah.
can deadlift, I can do legs. What else? Because everything hurts my elbow right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know
gotta
when I
work
had my
around
shoulder
it.
injury, I was doing a lot of legs, and now when I had my leg injury, I was doing a lot of upper. I was like, well, if I lean out, I guess I'll be symmetrical. But I'm like, let me just keep focusing on. I really do need to grow my legs more. I could tell there's a difference there. But yeah, so my favorite workout is back, and I mean, I think a lot of girls can attest to this as well. When I say this, is when you're first starting, all the girls love leg day.
Yeah.
We love leg day. However, I think once you get into bodybuilding, you start to learn to love upper body more, and I love upper body
that's so
workouts. I
interesting.
dread doing legs now.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, love the back and buys.
And then you hit the sauna every time, or?
Not every time, no.
Okay.
Once in a while I will, and I think maybe as it gets a little bit closer, I'll do it some more. But I don't want to feel like so depleted and flat either. I think that would flatten you out a little.
Okay. Yeah. And what about cardio? How much cardio are you doing?
Man, I love my coach. He's amazing. He's like, I'm not going to make you do any more than 40 minutes.
Okay.
Because my last coach would make me do like 60 minutes at a time. Even during the week of my show, he had me doing an hour and 15 minutes, which was insane. On the stepper. Yes.
Are we talking about raising and lowering heart rate, or just a steady pace going throughout, or?
It was a steady pace.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, on the stepper for an hour?
On the stepper.
Oh, that's
That was
nightmare.
awful.
I hate being on that thing for 5 minutes.
Yeah, same. Like 5 minutes feels like an hour.
Oh, it's brutal. It's
So-
it's also just not fun. It's
No.
just not fun at all.
No. And that way, when I
ever hit
asked
that-
this coach, he's like, yeah, no more than 40 minutes. I'm like, God, I love you.
Yo,
Thank you.
You ever hit that Aerodyne bike?
No.
Yo,
Once
Heidi,
I did.
That freaking thing. That kicks some ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I got like only 10 minutes, I'm in that bike.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. I feel like we could go on for another hour, but I think this
know,
is
I
our
could do, I
longest
guess.
episode to date.
Oh, boy.
10 minutes over.
Sorry, you
Don.
have so much editing to do, Don.
No, that was
Hey,
awesome.
No, I'm not editing anything.
Oh.
Okay. All right, cool. We're
great.
all real.
Yeah. So, want to give a shout out to anybody or anything before we go?
Mainly my coach. I think he deserves a shout out. He's been an amazing mentor. His name's Mike from Rare Breed Compound. Woo woo.
He's not the dude I saw working out with you at the gym, was it?
He's not. No, that's my good friend Tommy, and he helped me come up with Pose Pros, actually, the name. And he was there for my first 2 preps, and he pushed me so well. And he's just a really good buddy of mine. Yeah, he's great. So he deserves a shout out because he's been going through a lot himself right now, and I won't share his business, but yeah, he's been going through a lot, and I'm just trying to stick by his side, and we're just kind of like feeding off of each other right now and just keeping each other motivated.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's always good to have people by your side, especially at the gym, and trying to help you out. But a huge shout out to my coach Mike. He's been an amazing mentor, coach. You're not a number. You are somebody to him, and you're important to him, and he wants to see you succeed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine one day you'd be an excellent coach just like him. And can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Like, I've known you now, it's crazy to say, for 10 years. And like,
yeah.
I used to be on Facebook and social media, and I remember you left the school, you went to start a career somewhere else. And I, if you don't mind me saying, I saw posts where you didn't seem like you were at your happiest points in life. You seemed kind of angry at times. And I see you now, and I'm just so freaking proud of like how you broke out of that, and you're doing something so good for yourself. So good for yourself. So much so that I told my daughter, Sora, I'm like, you got to meet her. Like, this is a good influence for her.
I appreciate you saying that.
So just keep kicking ass.
Yeah.
We got your back, and good luck. Good luck on your next show. I hope to be there.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll let you know when. October.
Rock and roll. Anything else, Don?
No, I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Heidi.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Heidi Lee.
Thanks for listening to Welcome to the Clubhouse, a production of Art Club Hamilton with your hosts Sam Seitels and Don Swenson.
If you like what you heard, hit that subscribe button, give us 5-star ratings, and share it with a friend who'd love to hear it too. It really helps us grow, and not only that, it makes us feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
So fuzzy. Until next time, keep creating, stay curious, and we'll catch you on the next episode.